Good evening and welcome to the news. I'm Dinesh Rentley bringing you today's headlines. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma congratulates Kitkupar Nongsiet for securing a top 5 finish at the World Championship of Performing Arts in Las Vegas. IIM Shillong unveils a life-size bronze statue of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam on his 11th death anniversary. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is closely monitoring the Assam floods. The centre and state intensify relief, rescue and damage assessment efforts. Public Examinations Amendment Bill 2026 has been introduced in the Lok Sabha to strengthen action against paper leaks. And Isha Singh wins gold and Manu Bakher claims bronze in the women's 25-meter pistol as India shines at the ISSF World Cup in China. First, let's look at local news. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma has congratulated Kitkupar Nongsiet for finishing among the top 5 finalists at the World Championship of Performing Arts in Las Vegas, USA. In a social media post, the Chief Minister said Kitkupar's talent, dedication and hard work have brought pride to Meghalaya and inspired young people to dream big. He added that the state was glad to support his journey and expressed confidence that Kitkupar would continue to achieve greater success while showcasing Meghalaya's talent on the global stage. IIM Shillong paid tribute to former President and Bharat Ratna Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam on his 11th death anniversary by unveiling an 8-foot life-size bronze statue at the institute. The statue was unveiled by Board of Governors Chairman Shishir Kumar Bajoria in the presence of faculty, students and staff who also offered floral tributes. Dr. Kalam had delivered his final lecture at IIM Shillong on July 27, 2015, where he called on the youth to build a sustainable future through innovation and ethical leadership. The institute reaffirmed its commitment to carrying forward his vision of excellence, sustainability and nation building.
And compassion. Dr. Kalam believed that leadership begins with vision and is sustained by integrity. A lasting symbol.
A youth-led startup based at the Design and Innovation Centre on the Nehu campus is turning plastic waste into useful products while promoting sustainable waste management in Meghalaya. Founded during the COVID-19 pandemic, EcoRe is now working towards building a local plastic recycling ecosystem despite limited resources. Here's a report.
What started as an idea during the COVID-19 lockdown has today grown into a promising green enterprise. EcoRe, founded by Sailidor Sokhya and Bankitlang Nongri in 2021, is a startup based at the Design and Innovation Centre, Nehu. The duo launched the initiative after witnessing increasing plastic pollution.
Ngisdang house nam aja arphuai haka por lockdown mga bad eco founder itai de banket lang nongri nidan ni kanika nong kambensiam sengokya namar ba ni iba shipon haka plastic kalang aki kiwa mo hati kram tingi pedengi satutnaraban letkai e tingi lapken.
Inspired by international recycling initiatives, the founders designed their own low-cost recycling system. Today, EcoRe collects plastic waste from Nehu hostels, shops and households after educating people on proper waste segregation and transformed it into useful products.
Dikidan kini ki college kong ka IM Shillong mo bangila pensionaru kade ba ki khana hi ki collect ki plastic dinang to ki plastic pa ring isnai ki bench but isnai ki cafeteria tables.
The startup received its first major boost after participating in the Chief Minister's E-Championship Challenge, where it was incubated under Prime. Despite receiving inquiries from states such as Nagaland and even Mumbai, Ecory is still unable to cater to bulk orders because of its limited production capacity.
Kidan ki ba order na siya ba ruma tang ba kaway ka challenge pag ni kajing RM ba kando ka lang ba nimla ban penmi kampun teh nama ba ting kita wana order na baram ki wan bet shipun ha in bulk tingi pede pun sing hidup no ay kata ka opportunity kan dikalak dan pedesyan Nagaland ru bangila laju pateng bun chua te sha Mumbai ru laju dan hi ba kwa ba thia de ai sample ai la phat tang ba ban ong pede ngila yok ki order ba kham he pat ka sham jing e pade ngi kan.
Apart from manufacturing recycled products, Ecory also provides internship opportunities to students. The team continues to expand its plastic collection network while working towards establishing Meghalaya's own plastic recycling brand. Established in 2017 with support from the Ministry of Education, the Design and Innovation Center aims to promote innovation and entrepreneurship among students. The center has also conducted awareness and training programs for women on segregation and collection of plastic waste. Dr. Majau said the long-term objective is to create a dedicated network for collecting plastic waste that will complement Ecory's recycling operations by ensuring a steady supply of segregated plastic and strengthening waste management in the state.
Kami ka startup ka shimti ya kani ka benta ba ka yo ban penlum penlang ya kini ki plastic ki ba ki breo ne mangi yo ban bread sini satai haga jeng bang tip ka jong yero bang tip shanu ban bread ro te ki yo ban lum ban na kini ki ba ki lum ma ki pat ki sapan kalai kini ki ha ki product ki pa khero kher but ni comment sha ba ka Ecory ka de ka way ka incubity ha po kani ka DIC ka jongi in remde tang ka taro lengba jo ka Ecory milale bon ki workshop mila ai ki training program amde tangi ki khana ro inde ki don ki way pat ro ki ba don kata ka jingkwa jing thang jong ki ba ki nangle shu shapang ka waste namar ni ai ka jing ka kane ka DIC ka jong ro ba kumno bangin pla si ki way ro ba kin don kata jing thang ban pin kala ya ka jingkwa ka jong ki ban form ka way pat ka startup.
With innovation, community participation and environmental responsibility at its core, Ecory is demonstrating how waste can be transformed into valuable resources while inspiring a new generation of entrepreneurs to build a cleaner and greener Meghalaya. Bureau Report, DD News, Meghalaya.
Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is closely monitoring the flood situation in Assam and has been in regular touch with Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Speaking to the media, Sonowal said the centre and the Assam government are working together to provide relief and rehabilitation to flood-affected people. He said rescue operations are underway, relief materials are being distributed, and a high-level inter-ministerial team has been deployed to assess the damage and determine further assistance.
असम का बाढ़ परिस्थिति बड़ी गंभीर है और इस परिस्थिति की जानकारी लेने के लिए परम आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी शुरुआत से लगी हुई है। उन्होंने असम की चीफ मिनिस्टर डॉक्टर हिमंत बिस्वा शर्मा से भी बातचीत की है और इस परिस्थिति की जानकारी भी ली है और शुरुआत से ही केंद्र सरकार की तरफ से राज्य सरकार को पूरा मदद करने के लिए इस परिस्थिति में हमारे जो भी बाढ़ पीड़ित लोग हैं उसको मदद करने के लिए शुरुआत से ही लगे हुए हैं। दोनों सरकार मिलके आज जो भी रिलीफ मटेरियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो रहा है और रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन हो रहा है।
The Sikkim government has announced a 20% reservation for Agniveers in recruitment to the post of forest guard, expanding employment opportunities for former armed forces personnel. Addressing an event in Gangtok, Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang said the state has already implemented a 20% reservation for Agniveers in recruitment to the Sikkim police. He added that the government remains committed to supporting the rehabilitation and employment of ex-servicemen and Agniveers through such initiatives.
आज कारगिल विजय दिवस भी है। इसी के अवसर में उन्होंने ये चीज किया। इसे दर्शाता है कि वो हमारे भूतपूर्व सैनिक और जितने शहीद के परिजन प्रति उनका कितना निष्ठा है, सम्मान है, इसी से आप लोग अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं। और जो आज राज्य सैनिक बोर्ड का उद्घाटन हुआ है, ये भव्य एक संरचना है। इसके अंदर विभिन्न फैसिलिटीज हैं। इसमें डीलक्स और सेमी डीलक्स रूम्स अवेलेबल रहेंगे। जो सैनिक के परिवारजन आएंगे, यहाँ पे कोई ट्रीटमेंट कराने के लिए आएंगे या कोई दूर से घूमने के लिए भी आएंगे, उनके लिए भी ये सुविधा उपलब्ध होगा। और इसमें डोमेट्री का भी प्रावधान है। इसके साथ साथ में यहाँ पे कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल भी है। कोई भी मीटिंग करना चाहेंगे, इसके लिए भी होगा। उसके अतिरिक्त ऊपर में 11 दुकानें हैं, जो आज माननीय मुख्यमंत्री खुद ने इसका अनाउंसमेंट किया और ये भूतपूर्व सैनिक के परिवार के लिए आज से समर्पित हुआ है। और 11 के 11 दुकान उनको समर्पित कर दिया है। इसका अलॉटमेंट हो गया है।
The India Meteorological Department has issued a widespread heavy rainfall alert for several parts of the country. The warning covers Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana and several other states. The IMD has advised people to remain alert and follow local weather advisories, as heavy rain may lead to waterlogging, flash floods and disruption of normal life.
Harba, Konkan in Goa and Madhya Maharashtra.
Let's now look at the national news. The Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Amendment Bill 2026 was introduced in the Lok Sabha today, aiming to strengthen measures against examination malpractices and paper leaks. The bill was introduced by Minister of State Dr. Jitendra Singh. Opposition members demanded a discussion on the alleged police action during the recent NEET protests. Speaker Om Birla said the bill is a crucial step towards examination reforms and urged members to hold a meaningful debate. However, continuous sloganeering forced the House to be adjourned till 2 p.m.
I rise to move for leave to introduce the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Amendment Bill 2026 to amend the Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means Bill 2024.
माननीय सदस्यगण, ये महत्वपूर्ण विधेयक है और इस विधेयक से जो सदन की मंशा है, देश की मंशा है, उस पर व्यापक चर्चा होगी। सभी दल के लोग इस विषय पर बहुत दिनों से मांग कर रहे थे और ये एक सुधार का प्रथम कदम है। मैं सोचता हूं कि सदन पर इस पर चर्चा हो, सब अपने मत विचार व्यक्त करें, ताकि मत विचार से हम किस तरीके से इस विधेयक के माध्यम से देश के अंदर परीक्षा प्रद लीक को रोकने का एक समुचित कदम उठा सकते हैं।
Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju has criticized the opposition for disrupting Parliament and preventing a discussion on the Public Examinations Prevention of Unfair Means Amendment Bill 2026. Speaking to the media, Rijiju said the proposed legislation provides for stringent and time-bound punishment for those involved in examination paper leaks. He said blocking a debate on such an important issue sends the wrong message to students and the nation. The minister urged the opposition to respect the sentiments of the students and participate in a constructive discussion on the proposed law.
मैं अपील करना चाहता हूं कि आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इतना बड़ा फैसला जो लिया है, एग्जामिनेशन जो होते हैं उसको सुधारने के लिए और गलत काम करने वालों को कठोर सजा देने के लिए प्रक्रिया जो घोषणा की है, टास्क फोर्स बनाया है और इतना बड़ा क्रांतिकारी बिल लेके आए हैं एग्जामिनेशन को सुधारने के लिए, ताकि भविष्य में कोई लीक ना हो। अगर किसी ने जरूरत किया पेपर लीक में इन्वॉल्व पाया गया तो बहुत ही कठोर सजा देने के लिए और समयबद्ध ये सारा प्रावधान लेकर के आया है। तो इसके बाद भी अगर चर्चा होने नहीं देते हैं तो संदेश गलत जाएगा। मैं कांग्रेस पार्टी को फिर कहना चाहता हूं कि देश का छात्रों का, स्टूडेंट्स का जो फीलिंग्स है उसको समझने का कोशिश करें।
The nation today paid tribute to former president and renowned scientist Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam on his 11th death anniversary. Fondly remembered as the missile man of India, Dr. Kalam played a pivotal role in India's space and missile development programs and continues to inspire generations through his vision and dedication. In his recent Mann Ki Baat address, Prime Minister Narendra Modi recalled Dr. Kalam's enduring legacy, describing him as a great teacher who inspired children and the youth to dream big. Family members paid floral tributes at his memorial in Rameswaram, while We the Leaders Chief K. Annamalai also visited Dr. Kalam's residence and met his family to pay his respects. A police constable in Bihar has been suspended after allegedly firing an AK-47 rifle into the air to disperse student protesters during a demonstration in Siwan. Senior police officials said the use of the assault rifle was unjustified as the protesters were students and no one was injured in the incident. The suspension comes amid nationwide protests over the NEET paper leak, with police facing criticism over alleged excessive use of force against demonstrators in several states. Now let's move over to international news. UNESCO has added France's World War II D-Day landing beaches, Greece's Mount Olympus, Japan's ancient capitals of Asuka and Fujiwara, and South Sudan's Boma Bandingilo migratory landscape to the World Heritage List. The new inscriptions were approved during the UNESCO World Heritage Committee meeting in Busan in South Korea. The sites were recognized for their outstanding cultural and natural value, highlighting their global, historical, ecological and heritage significance. Here's sports news. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has congratulated Mirabai Chanu on winning India's first gold medal at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in the women's 48kg weightlifting event. He also congratulated Chanambam Rishikanta Singh and Raja Muthupandi for winning silver medals in weightlifting and para powerlifter Jandu Kumar for securing a bronze medal. The speaker lauded the athletes for their outstanding performances and wished them continued success in the games.
माननीय सदस्यगण, मुझे सदन को ये बताते हुए अत्यंत प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि स्कॉटलैंड के ग्लासगो में चल रहे 23वीं राष्ट्रमंडल खेलों में भारत की सुश्री मीराबाई चानू ने वेट लिफ्टिंग की 48 किलोग्राम वर्ग की प्रतियोगिता में शानदार प्रदर्शन करते हुए स्वर्ण पदक जीता है। इस प्रतियोगिता में श्री ऋषिकांत सिंह चनम्बम तथा श्री राजा मुत्थु पांडी ने उत्कृष्ट प्रदर्शन करते हुए रजत पदक जीता है। राष्ट्रमंडल खेलों में भारत के पैरा पावर लिफ्टर श्री झंडू कुमार ने कांस्य पदक जीतकर बड़ी उपलब्धि हासिल की है। मैं सदन की ओर से जीतने वाले सभी खिलाड़ियों को, उनके कोच एवं टीम इंडिया को इस ऐतिहासिक उपलब्धि पर हार्दिक बधाई तथा भविष्य के लिए शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
India's Isha Singh clinched the gold medal in the women's 25-meter pistol event at the ISSF World Cup in Hangzhou, China today. The 21-year-old delivered a dominant performance in the final, scoring 40 hits to secure the title. Olympic medalist Manu Bhaker added to India's success by winning the bronze medal with 28 hits after battling through a tense shoot-off, giving India a double podium finish in the event. East Jaintia Hills District Football Association, or the EJHDFA, has kicked off its third Division League 2026 with 45 teams competing across 15 groups. Speaking to the media, EJHDFA General Secretary James Sutunga said the top 4 teams will earn promotion to the second division next season, while the bottom 4 teams will face a 1-year suspension. He added that the tournament will run for about 1.5 months, followed by the second division, with all league competitions scheduled to conclude before Christmas. Sutunga also highlighted the association's commitment to grassroots football through its youth, women's and baby leagues, and noted that several players from the district have progressed to major clubs in Shillong in recent years.
The Hagani Third Division yang Newsnam the Ami kamu sofa sandali ki tim giwa chimbenta the penklat le yaki kamu khasandali ki group the Naga Third Division will kigi sotali ki tim giwa poch kmat giwa man ki semi finalist ku kerdan no i chaga second division yang snam wana one but sotali hi ta nagini ki Third Division giwa duna point do udo ungi wile uchimbenta ni kamu chisnam haga ayom wana one daga kajimut hi yang ka action hi woro gowi wa pemani ya gani ke football to I kat kamu man katebetit ka jingsdang yang I to na do Third Division ter dato pogi second division pogi first division kau he do to na perdi kini division woro to ga super division kau kerjan nau lokal mele yang I ma kermen cela kau lelak tengka cisnam EU ya gani ka super division.
Let's look at the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature was recorded at 24 degrees Celsius with the maximum rising to 32 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 70%. Rainfall was measured at 2.9 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius with the maximum at 26 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 74%. Rainfall came in at 2 millimeters. Meanwhile, in July, the minimum temperature was 20 degrees Celsius with the maximum rising to 27 degrees Celsius and relative humidity staying at 70%. Rainfall was measured at 2 millimeters. The forecast in Tura, Shillong and Juai say cloudy skies and light rain is likely to occur at a few places. And for our viewers just tuning in, here's a quick recap of today's top stories. Arts in Las Vegas. IIM Shillong unveils a life-size bronze statue of Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam on his 11th death anniversary. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is closely monitoring the Assam floods. The centre and state intensify relief, rescue and damage assessment efforts. Public Examinations Amendment Bill 2026 has been introduced in the Lok Sabha to strengthen action against paper leaks. And Isha Singh wins gold while Manu Bhaker claims bronze in the women's 25-meter pistol as India shine at the ISSF World Cup in China. And with that, we come to the end of today's news edition. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you same time tomorrow. Until then, take care.
Tried to take up discussion on the bill. However, the opposition members continued sloganeering, demanding withdrawal of FIRs linked against students during the CJP protest. Meanwhile, the Rajya Sabha has also been adjourned until 5:15 p.m. over the same issue.
Means Amendment Bill 2026 to amend the Public